Hello and welcome back to African Football HQ YouTube channel. I'm Malek and I'm joined by Dez. How are you, Dez?
Yeah, I'm very good, Malek. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Dez is in Nigeria and he's talking about another Nigerian, Ebe Eze, who just moved from QPR to Crystal Palace in a move for $20 million. Dez, what do you think about the move?
Yeah, as a Nigerian, I'm overjoyed because I think so many Nigerians too feel the same way I'm feeling right now. Because we've been hoping Eberechi Eze switches his national allegiance to the Super Eagles, and then obviously seeing a Nigerian born in diaspora moving to the Premier League, obviously would bring a lot of joy to Nigerians. So I'm really happy for the move, and I hope he goes on and does and performs the way he performed at QPR in the Championship last season.
Last season, he was so great with QPR, 12 goals, 8 assists. He wasn't able to get them to the Premier League, but it was enough to earn him the move. But Dez, what do you think makes him so special?
Yeah, I think his ball control and his movement on and off the ball is really top notch. Looking at him last season, with a he was like in a Nigerian trident of of players of Nigerian of descent that were born in diaspora too in England, likes of Bright Said Samuel and Chope Modipo. They formed a very good children for the Cooper side last season that wanted to score over 50 goals in the championship. So I think his move to Crystal Palace, he's going to fit right into Roy Hodgson's setup. Because looking at Crystal Palace, they don't have an out and out creator that most times creates loads of chances for either the likes of Andre Ayew or Wilfred Zaha. Wilfred Zaha is like their only creative outlet. So I think looking at Eberechi Eze, he plays as a number 8. Also, he can play as a number 6, as a box-to-box midfielder. And he can fit in virtually any set of be it the 4-4-2 or the 4-4-3-3. And with still behind him with a strong holding midfield behind him, the likes of Milivojevic and Cheikhou Kouyate. I think next season we are going to see Eberechi Eze doing well in the Premier League. So hopefully we hope he replicates his performances in Championship for QPR at Crystal Palace.
Like you said, he'll be playing with Jordan Ayew, Wilfred Zaha, who are two of the best African, two are some of the best African attackers in the Premier League. So could you see him playing on the wing and a front three with them?
Not really. I think he's predominantly a midfielder. He can play as a central midfielder. He can play as a number 10. He can play as a number 8. So I don't really think he has that speed to keep on running down the wings for the full 90 minutes. So I don't really see him playing as a winger at Crystal Palace. I think Zaha is there for that. Andre Ayew is there for that. So I think we're just going to look at that. But definitely it's going to be in the midfield setup. There's no doubt about that. He walks into Roy Hodgson's 3-man midfield definitely.
Yeah. So we're hoping he's going to have a great season. Assuming the transfer fee, he will be starting a lot. And should he play well, he will likely be called up by England, which might be a problem for African fans. Recently, this past week, he was called up for the England U21s. So it's not the senior team, but Nigeria still hasn't had the chance to pick him. So what do you think is going to happen with his situation?
Yeah, well, recently, I think he had an interview with an English podcast, and he was asked the same question: where does he see his national allegiance, going to? And he said it will be a privilege for him to represent the Three Lions of England or the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So right now, I think that's not really a big debate in his mind because obviously he just made his move to Crystal Palace team. But in 2019, the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Mr. Amaju Pinnick, went to England, to London, particularly to have a sit down with Eberechi Eze, and obviously they talked about a lot. And there were rumors then that Eberechi Eze has switched his national allegiance. And I think around that time too, Amaju Pinnick had a chat with current Chelsea striker Tammy Abraham too about the move, and obviously there were rumors then that Tammy Abraham had said yes, and unfortunately when he joined Chelsea, I think the glamour that came with him scoring a lot of goals in his first 10 games for Chelsea, took his mind, and obviously he chose the English national team. So the funny thing is, in 2017, they trained with the Super Eagles. Yeah, I think the under-20 side. Then immediately he went to go and join the under-20 English national team. So I think he already has that relationship with the Nigerian national team in the past. And I think if Amaju Pinnick can convince him, the problem with African teams right now is that when we are trying to convince players that were born in diaspora, there are not much, attractive teams to convince these players. We've seen African teams most times having friendlies, and you look at their friendlies, you see a team like Ghana, they are playing a friendly with a foreign national team, and they are playing against Uzbekistan. When a player that was born in diaspora sees who is trying to represent Ghana and he sees his national team playing against Uzbekistan, obviously he's not going to be happy. So I think looking at this in the past 6 months or in the past 1 year, we've seen the Super Eagles, play some very exciting friendlies. We've seen them play against Brazil. We've seen them play against Ukraine. So, I think more games like this would obviously play a part in convincing players that are born in diaspora. I'm not going to say it's going to be a straightforward one with Eberechi Eze, because obviously if he performs very well, I see Guy Southgate, the English national team manager, obviously is going to call him up. So hopefully, I just hope he embraces the motherland love in his heart, and obviously chooses Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah. So the AFCON, it's been delayed for a year, but they should be looking to get him in. If he does decide to play for Nigeria, do you think he would start maybe below Osimhen?
Yes, definitely. I think if you look at the Super Eagles midfield, we have Wilfred Ndidi, we have Oganekara Tebo, we have Joe Aribo, and we have Alex Iwobi. Joe Aribo and Alex Iwobi, they are like the only threat to Eberechi Eze walking into that national team. I think on paper right now, if Eberechi Eze goes on to Crystal Palace and performs like the way he performed in Championship last season, I think in the pecking order, Eberechi Eze is above Joe Aribo, obviously, because Joe Aribo plays straight in the Scottish Premiership, and we've seen the Nigerian national team manager Jonathan Raw always favour the players that play in the bigger leagues. So Eberechi Eze playing in the Premier League is already a plus for him, definitely. The only problem would there will be a debate in Jonathan Raw's mind right now would be that is he going to choose Eze ahead of Alex Iwobi? That's going to be a tough one, but definitely I think having exciting talents in the middle of the park is a good headache for managers. So obviously, yeah, I think he's going to have a place in the Super Eagles, definitely.
All right. Well, we hope he performs well, and we hope he does even better for Nigeria. Thank you for coming on, Dez.
Yeah.